Hi, we're live, everyone. How are you? Today is Monday again, Momentum Monday. Today is already our 48th episode. I'm super excited. How are you? I hope you are getting momentums on Monday, especially this is the beginning of the week, right? This is what set the tone for your rest of your week. If you are super excited, or maybe have not yet, and any new vision or any new sub projects you are planning for this week, or any new um like dream or any new resources and anything new that you are up to. So here the most important for purpose of the Monday, the Momentum Monday, is really set up this tone to help you get further clarity on the vision, on the things you are meant to fulfill, and get you the new energy level, get to the next level, get refreshed. I don't know what's your weekend. I hope you get some activities to get refreshed. But today, Momentum Monday is definitely the time for you get refreshment and also set up, clarify new vision, and maybe even uplift to the next level of your new vision. And sometimes I'm thinking about 10 times of your vision, your passion, your energy, so that you could set up there to attract the dream clients and to serve them and to fulfill what you're called here to do. Okay, what's our today's topic? Today is deeply formed life. About the deeply formed life, fulfilling in God. Here is the book. I share that picture right in our event post. This book I highly recommend, from our pastor Rich Villodas. And actually Pastor Rich is based in a church I've been attending in Queens of New York City. I've been attending so far now, it's already over 7 years. And this church is a community church. It's really welcoming. And also it's like Pastor Rich mentioned, it's a place for people to get rest, to get recovery, to get the Sabbath. It's not like, especially during in a busy city, right? The big the capital city in New York City, and so many people every day is just busy, and including us entrepreneurs, right? Every day, no matter how passionate you are, but you could get stuck or get trapped in that kind of a busyness, not just a normal business, right? But the busy every day, like hours of running your errands, running your operations, your business you want to do, right? Initially, maybe you started from a passion, and once you get into it, into all these kind of tasks, operations, logistics, right? And you get, sometimes you lost your vision, you may lost even your passion if you do not get that kind of the time to really develop yourself. So this book, there are 5 transformative values I want to really review with you, a quick journey to share with you, but I highly recommend that you get the book. I share the link in my post already, right? This book, to get it on Amazon, it's best selling now, so that you could read it through. But today, here I'm just giving you a quick review and also recommendation, because I have many other topics to share on entrepreneurship, on our thought leadership, right? On our success, on our mindset, everything, on our strategies, on the best practice. But today I want to focus on this book and focus on these values it's shared, because I think we just finished, by the way, me and I just hosted as a host my entrepreneur group for this church, for New Life Fellowship Church. I hosted for the 5 weeks. We had the church-wide 5 weeks like movement, 5 weeks study focused on this book. So there are multiple small groups. My group, like New Life entrepreneurs, we gather together. I guided our team members to study weekly on our Sunday. And yesterday we just finished the last session. So for 5 sessions, every session we focused on 2 chapters. And this is all the guidance. For every session we have all this guidance for first week is the first week is actually here. It's for the contemplative rhythms, and then the second week is a racial reconciliation. The third week was on the interior examination, about your emotions inside examination, and then fourth week is about sexual wholeness, and the last week was missional presence. And I normally will not talk about the Bible or God that much, but this book totally transformed my my life's understanding of God from a different, really a deeper level of God, and reflect about my mission and my purpose here through my coaching business, through my what I'm loving doing. And previously, I know I shared some of my faith, my believing God, and my transformational journey through God's guidance and the Savior. But now I feel like even more deeper bonded with God, and feel like even more purposeful in what I've already clarified in my purpose, right? It's really, my purpose here is really empower visionary entrepreneurs, life changers, to help them step up, stand out, and spring into their thought leadership in their ideal niche, so that they could attract 10 times even more of their dream clients and make that greater global impact. I feel I'm called here to do that. And now I more realize that this call is so aligned with my purpose and God's blessing to me to fulfill here. So if whatever you vision and your purpose have, I hope you already get some clarity here. If it's just for your own life's purpose, you have not get that kind of power and deep meaning yet, until you really realize what you are blessed here. This purpose, until you really integrate that with God, with your creator, with the universal intelligence. I don't know your faith, no matter how you call your faith, okay? I hope you are faithful at least, and no matter who you want to call your God, no matter what kind of terms, that does not matter. But the most important is, if you feel that super energy aligned with you, that blessing in your life's gifts, in your life's purpose, that's empowering you every day. That's my source. I hope you found your source to empower you every day, so that you are fulfilling, you are doing whatever is needed to fulfill. Okay, so not just fulfill your own life, but it's really fulfill that purpose to help many other people. So that's make me super excited actually. And I feel I'm more open, more transparent to share my faith. And by the way, it's very interesting. I came from a Chinese background. It's like believing God is initially, and even spirituality is a very strange topic for majority Chinese people, okay? Especially in mainland China. I know many people still do not have any either faith or like spirituality. They never get into that kind of a dimension, including my own parents, my own sister. They never get into that like a different dimension. I feel like it's a big missing for majority Chinese people, and even other other parts of the country or the world. Many people have not get into this kind of a dimension and world, spiritual world, and especially this deep connection with God. That's a big missing. I feel like it's a big missing. So I feel here it's really that's part of my mission here, to share this, really this enriched dimension. Like otherwise you only have one dimension life to live, right? This is a totally another huge, even more than our material world. So this even bigger, huge, and more deep meaning, more joyful, more abundant world. And majority of people have not get into it. So I feel like that kind of a mission, that kind of responsibility, it definitely it's like a feeling of responsibility that I need convey this message. I feel called to convey. So today, this recommendation about this book, I really think Pastor Rich did a wonderful job. And not just this is never a boring spirituality book. Initially, I thought, oh wow, gosh, it's from a pastor, right? Maybe it's a little bit boring, maybe a little bit of doctrine. So, but I took that responsibility to help my group to read this and also join this church-wide movement. When once I started reading it, I felt like it's difficult for me to put it down because it's so attractive. And Pastor Rich really did a wonderful job, because it's not just a deep with wisdom from God, and also from his life experience, and from interesting stories, and also from his great sense of humor that make it so vivid with full of energy. So I'm so happy that, and that's why our church is also attractive to people from different generations, different ages, different races, different genders. It's like so attractive because people get there, they feel life, both holiness and also humanity perfectly combined together. So that's what you want to feel, right? So I really love to read all his stories, cases, and have a sense of humor. And this is a book I feel like so happy that I finished within 5 weeks, and even had this group learning every week with all this guidance. So feel that kind of fulfilling, and especially from all the feedback from our team members, from our group members, I feel like so fulfilling and so joyful, because we initially, even though we go to the seminar church, right, share seminar faith, but we were like strangers. But through this study journey, we found like we are so transparent and vulnerable and honest to each other, feel like fully that kind of a real fellowship in God's kingdom. So, and these five values, number one is contemplative rhythms. This is a huge for based on in these churches being, and you could not barely find that in many other churches. It emphasized so much, as I mentioned earlier, the being part, not the doing part. Our world, right? Our world is super busy. Every day is just like a roller coaster. Everybody's like a, how to say, the it's just like the how to say, they sort of keep running on, rotating on that a roller coaster. Everybody's super busy. We barely find that kind of resting, not just physical resting, but also spiritual, mental, emotional resting in ourselves, and get back to ourselves, right? To have that kind of care. And pandemic, so many people get died, and so many people get infected, and many people are in panic or in the deep worry and anxiety. This society really need that kind of a healing, and especially that kind of being part. Take good care of ourselves, and this is so fundamental. And from here, I love all these rhythms we get a recommendation. Also we practice, including like silent prayers, including the Sabbaths, like every weekend. For example, me, I have my Sunday, and even during my Saturday I also have like a Sabbath. Do not try to not access my computer, and do not use too much of my cell phone, right? And spend more quality time with the family, with kids, and with friends. And to have that just like now it's like almost, you can call like ancient style of life back, without much electricity, right? So that's what people, no matter where you are living, in big city or small city, whoever, like if you are like feel lonely, you feel like you want to social people connections, the first one, contemplative rhythms, is really set up this tone, set up the foundation for you to rebuild yourself from a deep in, rebuild yourself, have this new contemplative rhythms. And this is super important in business, in entrepreneurship. People can call it about habits, right? Some people call it successful habits. But here, in a spirituality world, it's your rhythm, contemplative rhythm, that deep bonding and connection with God, with your Creator, with your spirituality, with your being, deep building yourself inside, and find that kind of rhythm you can rest in your life. And every day it's just like a refreshment process. And I have my abundance meditation every morning and every night, have a different themes. In the morning I focus on my energy activation, right, and my vision, my gratitude, and my visualization, and also my all my new targets and the new things I want to get onto. I have all this kind of like visualization things, the process, so that I can get energy. And also incantational speaking, like Tony Robbins shared, all this kind of incantational. I have different like themes. Some are about my life, about my coaching business, my passion, and then my money and wealth side, right, to fulfill it. And as morning and night time, I better focus just on today's gratitude, and that bring me into and also like silent prayers with God, and not kind of like quick, brief, but also deep connections with Him, and before my falling into my sleep. So that's so fulfilling, so fundamental for me. That's my part of my contemplative rhythm every day to rebuild myself, so that I can get all my great energy back. So that's why so many people get so impressed. Oh, Spring, how could you get so much energy? Every day you are so passionate. And as a mom, I have 2 kids, teenager kids, and like 2 businesses. One is on coaching, another one is on finance, wealth advising. So it's very demanding, right? You could imagine that some other people, they could not imagine that they would get like exhausted every day, but I was always like energetic, passionate. So that's a secret. Okay, when you have the contemplative rhythms, you rebuild yourself, refresh yourself, so that you have a consistent energy supply. Okay, that's the number 1 value. A second value is about racial reconciliation. Wow, this one is a little bit, it's not just a little bit, it's quite challenging actually. During that session, we have both our members, our entrepreneur group members, and also like guests. So we have different races. We have white, we have black, we have Asian, so, and even like Pacific Islanders. Just in a small group combined together, and that topic is so sensitive, right? And sometimes when we get into quite intense discussion and people share their experience, and some people have a different background or opinions, right? And get a little bit like intense, you can feel that. And even some members, they need longer time to really recover from such kind of like challenge, especially from their personal dramatic experience. So some members are still healing, in that process of healing. So this is a big, huge topic, but it's very, very realistic. Every day we cannot avoid it, especially in New York, right? We are most diversified city, all these kind of races together. So this is a huge topic. How could we have that racial reconciliation, have that openness? And especially, I love this quote which shared with us. I want to share with you, and that one I share with my team as well. It's really, when we get into this kind of sensitive and challenging topic, how could we really calm ourselves down and focusing on listening, instead of just bringing that kind of a mindset of a victim, right? Try to self-proof, or try to argue, or try to change other people's opinion, or try to just make people think what is right or what is wrong. So this quote is that when it comes to conversations on race, our level of offendability often reveals the level of our maturity. So I found this is so true, because during our group study, some members, they were still young. So they had that like a racial discrimination experience, and they had deep, deep wounds, and they found it very challenging, difficult for them to fully discuss, and especially when other people have different opinions. So this is great opportunity, and when you are learning this, reflect this, and especially study with other people, this will help you to really focus on listening, focus on the reconciliation, instead of being victim, arguing, try to prove you're right and you're miserable, and or you really experienced that and others did not make that way. So it's really your level of offendability often reveals the level of our maturity. So that's a great learning, and we're still learning on that part to help some of our young members to really heal. And the society could still have, like day by day, every day you could still have meet such kind of a challenge in the society, right? Like real discriminations is occurring every day, and how you could maturely, with God's grace and wisdom, to deal with those situations and help other people. That's super important, right? And now the chapter 3, but not the third value, is our interior examination. Let me see. Interior examination for a world living on the surface. Majority people, if you say that, majority people, when they do not have the spirituality, they do not have the faith, you will feel that they are living life on the surface level. They will not have that kind of deep reflection, deep contemplation, and even the conversations with them will be very surface, right? Like people talk about daily life, what they eat, and what they are wearing, and some goodies they are consuming, things like that, right? Cars, oh my God, like houses, all this kind of stuff, right? It's just like, or how much salaries you are earning, or maybe what kind of jobs you are taking, or what kind of companies you are pursuing. It's all like a more materialized level, okay, material level. And so the deep interior examination really brought us this value, brought us into daily deeper level of our life, have a lot of reflection, and especially also for the emotions part, because every day we have like many emotions, right? Maybe thousands of emotions every day. We will like quickly go through us, and sometimes it's so challenging and we could not digest it. We may easily get into irritation, anger, and frustration, sadness, all these kind of emotions, right? And even I previously experienced that, like suicide, when I was really in that darkness valley, and suicide is still going on every day, right? So that's why it's so important to do that interior examination, to have more awareness what's going on there in your mindset, in your mind, in your thinking, in your feeling, to have more deeper examination and have that calm space for yourself, create a space for yourself so that you could understand better of yourself. And majority of the time, actually, we do not really understand ourselves, right? We get so many strange feelings. It's just like out of our control, out of our rename. And it's just like in a movie, Train Your Dragon. Sometimes you may feel that it's like a monster. You get some monster of kind of a thinking or feelings that is out of your control. So that's why it's a big value, and also a challenge, and also wisdom for us to learn how to do that daily examination, find a space, create that gracious space for yourself, and connecting with God, so that you could deeply examine what's going on inside of you, from your mind, from your feelings, and then you honestly tell yourself what's going on, why you feel like this feeling. Name it, even name that feeling, and what caused it, and what's true there, and how you can get out of that, and what's the real connection you could create between yourself, between you and other people, and also God. Okay, so that's the third value. And then the fourth value is about sexual wholeness. This is also this value you maybe seldom hear from other place, and it's really expanded our understanding. Previously everybody talk about the sex or sexuality, right? You all think about just the between like how to say, between like either like between man and woman, or even now I know it's more challenging, right? Between even maybe similar gender. But this value in this book really expanded our understanding. It's not just normally we talk about it's just like a genital sexuality, but here is also expanded to another level, social sexuality, and how we show up to connect with other people. And that's a huge part actually, right? And especially for us, even no matter if you're married or you're still single, social life is a big part of our daily life. Majority of people, even though they get married, maybe they still feel lonely. They still feel that kind of like needs to be how to say, recognized, to be accepted, to be embraced by the communities, by the society, right? So that's a huge part for us to really understand. First, understand the sexual wholeness. It's not just for the normal sex between genders, well, between different gender or same gender, but it's more of our whole picture. Is more, it's even, I believe, it's been with us ourselves as well, and also with others, with the social sexuality and how we show up there, how we show up to ourselves and we show up to other people and connect with other people, right? So this is a really deep chapter for us to have the new awareness, understanding, and that kind of a maturity to deal with different ways, and including how to accept yourself. For example, we even challenged it. That's very interesting. Our group even challenged yourself to look at yourself with that affection, for acceptance, for embracement, laid in front of a mirror. How many of you I know maybe young, if you are young, you have a beautiful, perfect figures, you will love to watch yourself, right, naked in front of a mirror. But when people get a certain age, or maybe people have some like how to say, they feel like it's defection of their body, or like fat, or like how to say, a big size, and people, or some like ugly part, or maybe like a disabled part, or maybe like scars. Majority of people, they will be like they some people even hate their body, right? Majority of people may not have that courage, or love, especially love, right, or the full acceptance of their whole body. So that's our challenge, to look ourselves like every week, if you get a chance after a shower, whatever, you look yourself honestly in the mirror and fully acceptance, and not just that, fully grateful of the body. This is the temple. This is where God lives with you. So fully appreciate. Doesn't matter if you have scars, or you have any defections, or even disabilities, or like a fat stuff, right? Like extra pounds you do not want. Still fully appreciate. This is your holy temple. Its purpose is not just to be perfect figure. Its purpose is to hold you, your spirit, your mind, your heart, to make you a person, make you a human being, to make you a wonderful creation of God. So that kind of a fully lovely, affectionate embracement and also appreciation. Okay, so that's for the social, or for the sexual wholeness part, and also your relationship with other people, how you deal with other people, right, with your true self, the natural and the true self. And for me, I know ladies, other ladies, they love makeup, they love to make themselves look better, look prettier. I have no blaming of that. That's totally normal. That's totally great. But for myself, I love to be genuinely myself, the natural self, without any mask, without any makeup. So I'm here to connect with myself, fully with myself, and also God, and also you, to fully present myself in front of a camera without any shame. Even though I have wrinkles, I'm now in the late of my 40s, big wrinkles, and sometimes I feel like if I'm tired, I even get like eye bags, right? So, but I do not feel shameful, or like even embarrassed of myself. I want that kind of a genuine, natural, true connection with myself, with you, and with other people in this world. So you actually, it's totally up to you yourself, have free choices how you would connect with other people. But at least, right, at least from here, doesn't matter how you put, like how make yourself pretty, that's okay, that's great. And the most important thing is how you want your heart and your mind honestly connect with other people. Okay, so that's the fourth value of sexual wholeness. Then the last one, the fifth value, is missional presence. Missional presence. So we, in our group, we shared about our understanding of missions, like people with spiritual or regional, how to say, religious background. They share the missionary is more like sending people out, right? For me, as a coach, as an entrepreneur, a mission to me has been really doing what we love to do, and find that purpose, right? Do what we love to do to help many other people. And now it's when at the beginning I said, I'm now connecting this really to the further deeper level. Even though previously I've already connected, but I now feel like it's more like my presence, missional presence. I previously presented more as a blessed warrior, blessed mentor, blessed entrepreneur, blessed coach to help other people. And now I also want to claim that this level of my identity as God's daughter, and a blessed coach and entrepreneur to help many other people, to empower other visionary entrepreneurs and life changers. So this is and how could I definitely could do more, right, in this level, missional presence. Instead of just presenting myself, presenting my own genius or talents or my gifts or my blessing, I am here to presenting him, and I have no shame to claim that, and have no fear to claim that. And that's the value I get from this book, especially how I could have more courage, more genuine honesty, kind of my true self to present there as God's vessel, as His like a missionary, messenger, sender. Okay, no matter how I describe it, I love the words like my identity. I love the most is like a God's daughter. I love that. And then I am this blessed coach, abundance soul leadership coach, to empower many other people. So that's my so far two favorite identity. And I want to use that more and more in my daily presence, not just to myself, to my kids as well, and to my audience, to people in this world, for my social connections as well. Wherever I go, I want to present that level of true identity, that holy identity. Previously, I was focusing more on this like a definition in this world, that kind of identity, like I'm abundance soul leadership coach, right? That's my profession, that's my vocation, what I do. But now I want to integrate in this part. I am God's daughter. I am His messenger. I am His servant. So every morning, like I'm using that incantation in my abundance meditation. I use that. I love God and people. I love and serve God and people. I love and serve God and people. That's what I'm here for, and that's what He blessed me to be here in my life's purpose. So my identity, both as God's daughter and also abundance soul leadership coach, and also a mom, it's wonderfully combined together, make me feel that kind of holiness and also wholeness to live my life and fulfill my life in this on earth and also in this journey. And I feel that my message now is more complete. It's more genuine to me. It's more even empowering for me and for other people. I hope so. And you can honestly give me feedback. And today, what's your best learning and takeaway? So that's the totally 5 transformative values. I hope it's helpful for you. And by the way, we have the link for this book. You're welcome to check it on Amazon, and definitely welcome you to get a copy. And I personally just love the copies because I can hard copy. I do all this kind of underline stuff. Sometimes I use pencil, but sometimes I just directly use my ballpoint pen to do the underline and even write down my comments. So I will feel like this is like a book I really read and own. Okay, so until it's really get into yourself. So that's that for today. A deeply formed life fulfilling in God. This is just a beginning. I am praying that God is giving me more and more His wisdom, His words, and His grace guide me to deliver this message, to see how I can empower people, both in their entrepreneurship, in their wealth, and also in God's wisdom, to empower people to live a more fulfilling life, and even 10 times more than before. All right, let's start today's message. Thank you, everybody, and look forward to see you next Monday. But feel free to comment under my video. Let me know, like give me a thumbs up and a comment. Let me know that if this is a message you really touched you, and also you get some inspirations, and what's your journey with God. Okay, what's your life is going on, and what's your fulfilling, what means fulfilling to you. All right, thank you. Have a wonderful day and week. See you next time. Bye bye.